Good morning, guys. So we got the coffee going, which means we're just about ready to get underway here. So we are currently on the border of Wyoming and Montana. We're in the Montana side. So again, we couldn't find camping last night, right? So that's sort of the downside to not really planning. But the good thing about being this portable, right, is you can pretty much go wherever you want. So we ended up staying just outside of the north entrance of the park. Off to an early start. The plan today is to head up to Glacier National Park. There are a few things I'd love to do there. Right now the plan is we're going to try and get to the KOA in Kalispell. It's got pretty decent reviews, and by the way, I haven't really talked about that before. So, regarding the sites, the way I've been deciding on where to stop and stay is I use a place called All Stays. They have a very good online site. They have an app for Apple users, but they do not have an app for Android users. So it makes it a little more cumbersome, but the amount of information that's in All Stays, and I don't work for them and I'm not pitching them or anything like that, but the amount of information that's in there, and it is a paid for site. I forget what I paid for. I think it's $20 for the year or something like that. But the amount of information, reviews, amenities, what's included, what's around it, it's just a phenomenal site. So I'll put that hopefully in the link below so you guys have it. I use that all the time to figure out where I'm going to stop if I'm stopping at an actual RV park or campground or any of the rest of that. Obviously, I don't use it for when I'm out in the national forest, boondocking, anything like that. But anyway, so we're going to stay at the KOA in Kalispell, and then hopefully, man, I'll tell you what, guys, there is a ton to do in Montana. So Montana is one of my favorite places. We're going to be in Kalispell. Whitefish is right around the corner. There is actually a ski resort there, so Lord willing, if there's time, we can go up there and go take a look at that. There's a lake out there. I forget what the name of the lake is. It might be Whitefish Lake. I'll find out. So, but anyway, there's a lake out there. There's the resort out there. There's the towns, which are super awesome to go in, go get some lunch, things like that. And then there's the national park itself. So the national park has two parts of it, actually. So you can go, Road to the Sun, which hopefully, if that's open, we'll go take a look at that. There's tons of waterfalls and all that aqua blue melt off from the glacier itself. And then what a lot of people may not be aware of is there's a back part of the park that you can take through this little place called Pole Bridge. And Pole Bridge is nothing special. It's, maybe a couple buildings or something like that from what I've seen. But that is the entrance into the back part of the park, and then you can actually take a dirt road through Glacier National Park all the way up to Montana. So kind of unique. We'll see what time permits, but really excited. This is, one of the parts of the trip that I was really looking forward to. It really all of it, but hopefully you guys get to enjoy this as much as we do, and we'll see you guys in the next part of the trip. Well, that's the end of day two, at least day two at Kalispell, Whitefish. So we're staying at a KOA campground in between, almost immediately in between both. I think it's listed online as being the KOA campground in Kalispell. So anyway, we pulled in late last night, 10 p.m., or rather, we pulled in about 9:30 p.m., and by the time we got everything unloaded and set up camp, it was close to 10, so which is quiet hours.
not intentional. That's not what we're trying to do, but obviously we're packing a lot in a very short amount of time. So anyway, today was phenomenal. It was so beautiful. Everything around here is changing colors, and a couple things I wanted to throw out there for those of you that plan on coming up here during fall. If I could do it all over again, I probably would have left in mid-September. A lot of the leaves still would be changing at that point, and to be honest with you, the colors are probably better now. But what we're finding on this trip is that a lot of the places shut down for the season the last week of September, and we got here the first week of October. So still absolutely gorgeous, but we missed the beer garden festival in Whitefish, which would have been something that I would have liked to have participated in, but that's fine. Still got to take a look at Whitefish, which is phenomenal. We did Whitefish, downtown Whitefish, and then we went up to the ski resort, and then from there we went to Glacier National Park. But we took the traditional way, and again, back to the point of what's open and what's not open. The Highway to the Sun was not open, so we didn't get to do that. I've been on it before, so it wasn't such a big loss, but it was something that I was hoping to share with my buddy, and we just didn't get the chance to do that. So, however, there's another part there's this little place called Pole Bridge that is kind of cool. It's actually north, and but you can get into Glacier National Park through there as well. Mostly dirt roads back there, which is great for the Jeep. I think those are roads that really aren't traveled all that much, which to me is actually a little more interesting because you get to see a side of the park that maybe not everyone knows about or is aware of. While we were out there, we saw elk, we saw deer, and we saw a black bear. So unfortunately, I don't have any really strong zoom lenses, so I got one picture, and really it looks like a little speck out in the field. So apologize for that, but anyway, those are the thoughts. So I would recommend 100 times over again coming out here during fall. It just depends on what you want to do, how many activities you want to participate in. The reality is mid-September to late September at the absolute latest, if you want to be able to get into everything. Same thing happened with Yellowstone. A lot of the buildings in Yellowstone were already shut down for the season, so it appears everything in this area essentially shuts down for the season, which I would guess is probably until spring. But still a phenomenal time. I hope you guys enjoy the footage, and tomorrow we are off to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We'll probably stop somewhere around there. I don't have reservations, so we'll just stop when we get tired and set up camp. Hopefully not at 9:30 at night again. But that's okay. So from Coeur d'Alene, there's still tentative plan is to go to Portland, stay in Portland down to Crescent City, or the Redwood National Forest, really, and then the Redwood National Forest to Napa Valley. So Napa Valley will pretty much be the end of the trip before I head down to my brother's place in North County, San Diego. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the trip so far. Plenty more footage to come. See you guys soon.